Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have done this reading a little bit differently. I actually got a few songs randomly off Spotify and put them into different piles before I even chose the reading subject. So I have decided this reading is going to be based on someone from your past, inspired by the Venus retrograde that we're currently going through if you're watching this video as I post it. Basically, Venus retrogrades is a time to reflect on relationships and can bring up past situations or past people. So I wanted to create this reading with the hopes to give you some clarity and messages on what a specific person from your past would like to say to you. So have someone in mind as I am shuffling and as I am giving you your reading. Yeah, so we have 3 piles today. I've actually included some of the jewelry that I make and sell. I am transitioning to sell my jewelry online, so stay posted. You'll see some updates on that within the next month or so. It's quite a tedious process, sorting everything out, but yeah, stay tuned. So I have everything here in silver today. I also have it in gold. Just keep in mind if you see something that you like and would like to purchase later. So pile 1, we have this adjustable bracelet with aquamarine stones in it. Pile 2, we have this amethyst, raw amethyst chunk, wire wrapped on a necklace. And pile 3, we have these beautiful pearl love heart earrings. I just realized they both have different bottoms. Yeah, so pick your pile and go to the timestamps below and I will see you in your reading. Okay, pile number 1, if you chose this aquamarine bracelet, you're in the right place. Welcome to your reading. When I pulled your cards out, the first thing I saw was this Page of Pentacles, the coin that they're holding being the sunshine here. I also heard the song Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone by Bill someone. Ain't No Sunshine. By Bill Withers. So what that's telling me is there is a feeling of nostalgia here. There's a feeling of someone looking at all of the happy memories that you shared together, all the good times, and realizing that life is pretty dull without you around. I'm seeing the scales of justice here is extremely imbalanced. I'm seeing this side here like on the floor and that side all the way up. So what that's telling me is this person has lived a life that is not true to their inner self. I'm getting this person is quite emotionally detached. With this lotus flower here and the Empress, I'm getting they really wish that they opened up to you. There's a feeling of you were right there. You were right there. I could have said this to you. I could have told you how I felt. I could have... Things would have been different. Things could have turned out way different if this person just opened up to you and told you how they felt. If they were comfortable enough to be vulnerable and let their emotions flow. But I'm getting this person has a really hard time with facing their inner truth. They prefer to live in a more shallow existence. So they prefer situations that don't push them to grow, that don't push them out of their comfort zone, that don't make them uncomfortable. But there's a feeling of being in that uncomfortability for so long that it's caused... being in that comfortability for so long that it's caused a massive uncomfortability within themselves, knowing that I'm getting they weren't true to themselves. So I feel like this is someone from your past that maybe chose a different path or chose, as I said, an easier path. This may have come in the form of another person or a situation or like a job opportunity, something like that, that didn't push them to grow. There's a saying, what is it? They never move on to better, only easier. And that I feel like is relevant here in terms of if there was another person, another situation, as I said, it wasn't that you weren't worthy or they didn't see your value. It was more or less like the other person, the other situation was easier. It didn't force them to grow. It didn't force them to reflect and be better, is what I'm getting. And so there's a feeling of time passing and those choices being solidified, those choices running its course and being in a place now of discontentment with the choices made. The fact that, yeah, it was the easiest thing at the time, but to live with the decisions that I made, that's like a lifetime of hard, is what I'm getting. It's a lifetime of knowing that I chose the wrong thing. Yeah, so what I'm getting from that is they did know better intuitively. They always did feel a sense of discontentment and dissatisfaction, but they were never able to communicate that to you. They were never able to use their drive in a way that benefits them. I'm getting this person may have a very strong sexual energy and may have focused on very shallow connections. And because of that, they live a pretty shallow life now. But it's like their soul is yearning for more, is what I'm hearing. With the Pisces next to the Mars, I'm getting the sexual energy, so like one night stands, as I said, surface level connections, that sort of thing. It's not doing it for them anymore. I've got a feeling it never really did do it for them. It was just a way of masking their feelings and masking their discontentment with quick satisfaction from, you know, as I said, one night stands or shallow connections or shallow situations that didn't cause them to look deeper into themselves. Very surface level things. I'm getting that you would have, being with you or staying with you, choosing you, whatever, however this pertains, would have caused them to have to look into themselves and change things and grow and progress in their life a lot quicker than the road that they chose. And it hurts them to look back on that. It hurts them to realize what they missed out on, the depth of what they could have. Because yeah, this energy is all fun and games when, you know, you're young and you are excited and you haven't encountered, you know, many of these situations, but it gets old pretty quickly. And as you grow and as you want more in your life, it gets to a point where you look back and you realize, I'm at this place now because of the choices that I made. So that's where they are. They're at a place of discontentment with their life, discontentment with their choices, discontentment with themselves, because they chose to follow their impulses. They chose to stay blind to what is actually best for them in the long run. They chose immediate satisfaction, immediate gratification over building something solid or working, growing with you. And they really regret it. Because with this card here, this card at the bottom, and then we've got intuition as well. So I'm getting like they are really craving a soul level connection. They're really craving that, those depths that they know that they could have reached with you, but they chose to run from it because it was too confronting. It was too much for them to handle at the time. I'm getting a really, really big sorry with this emotional balance here as well. Yeah, and honesty. It's like they want to come in and they want to apologize for how this would have affected you, because it's catching up to them now and they realize this is something that you had to go through way back then. And you could have been children. You could have been, you know, quite young with the Six of Cups there. You could have been, yeah, at a very fragile state in your life, and it caused this person walking away or this person choosing something else caused you to feel unworthy, caused you to feel like you weren't enough. And this is something that you've had to build up over time. And this person, I'm getting, it was never about your worth. It was never about that. It was never about, they could always see what you were worth. They could always see your value. And it made them scared. I'm getting this person could have an avoidant attachment style. I just heard I always fuck things up. So I feel like this person is very, very, very regretful. with this mountain here as well, I'm hearing Moving Mountains by Usher. So yeah, it's like, what have I done? How did I let this go this far? How did I continue down this road that I knew wasn't for me? Like, this person had gut instincts, they had intuition, they had, they knew better on the level, but physically they could not choose better for themselves. And I'm getting, it may have to do with some kind of mental imbalance, like maybe mental health issues, or yeah, something like that. And I'm getting, they wouldn't even call it that because they don't even know how to unravel. I just heard their fucked up mind. Like, that's what they think about themselves. It's really sad, actually. There's a very, very heavy feeling of regret. There's a massive sorry coming through here. I'm really sorry for how this affected you. I'm really sorry for how my behavior caused you to retreat within yourself and sort of self-sabotage from the inside out. I'm getting, you may have had some really, really rough times because of this situation and what it caused for you emotionally and internally, and how you viewed yourself after this. Yeah, this person would love to come back and apologize to you in person, but I'm getting they also feel like, as I said, they always fuck things up. So they feel like, what place do I have coming back now and even trying to communicate with you? I feel like they think a level of that is selfish because you've gone through the healing, you've purged, you've dealt with, you know, what this situation caused you, and now that they're feeling the gravity of the choices that they've made because they're, you know, far down that path now. They're not at the stage that they were in the beginning where they were making the choice. They're in the choice. And they know that it was the wrong choice. Quote unquote wrong choice. I don't believe in wrong choices or right choices, but not about me. Yeah, so I'm getting now that this person's like sitting at where that choice led them and they regret it. It's like, what right do I have to come back and even show my face in your life? That's sort of the feeling that I have. It's like a feeling of defeat. It's a feeling of worthlessness. It's a feeling of, it's a deep feeling of sadness I'm feeling here for what could have been. There's a connection here that you two will always share on a soul level is what I'm getting. There's a lot of spiritual energy here with the High Priestess, with Pisces, with also the Empress, with also the Two of Cups. That's a very deep bond that doesn't diminish in time, but there's a level of acceptance here as well of, I made my bed, now I have to lie in it. So if this person could say something to you, it would be a massive sorry and a big hug is what I'm getting. Like a massive, they want to, they know that it's not comparable to sort of what you deserve in terms of an apology, but I have a feeling that, yeah, it couldn't be, they couldn't right this wrong by just explaining how sorry they are, but what they want to say to you is how sorry they are. Yeah, so that's what this person from your past would like to say to you. That's all I'm getting for today. I will be back next week with another pick a card reading, so feel free to leave a comment of a topic that you would like me to do. Please like this, oh, pardon me, like this video if it resonated with you, if you got anything from it, and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope to see you next week. Bye. Okay, pile number 2, if you chose this amethyst necklace, you're in the right place. Welcome to your reading. Today we are going to look at what a specific person from your past would like to say to you. First of all, so many reds, so many oranges, so much yellow. That is telling me this person has a very, very, very strong physical desire for you. I'm getting they find you extremely attractive, like you are their ideal type. I'm getting they have never met anyone like you before, and still haven't. Like, since you separated, since there's been no contact, since you've both gone your own ways, no one's quite impacted them the same way that you have. I'm getting a very strong feeling of them thinking that I'm getting a very strong feeling that someone moved away, so maybe moved countries or moved like a distance away. With the Six of Swords here, the Traveler, that's telling me that there is distance involved. There is not only emotional or like distance within the connection, but there's like physical distance between the both of you. So you may live in different countries, you may live in different states or cities, but there's a feeling of maybe I'm getting like you were the one to go out and spread your wings. You were the one to go out and explore. With Sagittarius here as well, there's a massive feeling of you going out on a whim, or you being like, I want to take this opportunity. Maybe it was a job in a different place. Maybe it was a something that you wanted to do on a whim, and it led you away from this person. I'm getting they may have had the opportunity to come with you, or they may have had the opportunity to travel to you or travel with you, and they chose to stay put. They chose safety. Well, what they thought was safety, or what they thought was security. And I'm getting, it's pretty lackluster. It's pretty boring. Like, whatever the choices that they made after that to build themselves up or build stability, I'm getting they have a very strong focus, or over the past while since you've been disconnected, their main focus has been stability. Their main focus has been getting their money up, getting their career going, getting stability, as I said. And it's boring. There's a level of being like, is this it? Like, is this what life is meant to be like? Is this what I am supposed to be doing? I kind of wish I explored more. I kind of wish that I followed my impulses when it came to traveling, or when it came to exploring new things, new ideas. I'm getting you don't really have an issue with that. I'm getting the feeling that, as I said, you may have moved away, you may have got an opportunity and been like, I'm taking this, I'm going for it. It seems like it's silly, it seems like it's could lead to nothing, but you have the mentality of trying. You have the mentality of wanting newness and adventure, and seeking that out, and being in situations where it plays out. And this person wishes that they could have been with you for the ride, is what I'm getting. Instead of focusing on what felt right to them, they focused on what was told to them was right. Don't know if that makes sense, but that's how it came through. Like, instead of focusing on what they intuitively felt like they wanted to do, they focused on what society told them that they needed to do. Get a good job, get a house, get a car, get this, get that. They focused on ticking those boxes, and by doing that, they got those things and soon realized there's more to life than this. And these things are not all that they are made out to be. This person wishes that they were a bit more impulsive, as I said, in a healthy way. They wish that they took more calculated risks, and, as I said, came on the journey that you've been on with you. Sort of like they focused on how these things would make them look. So how a high-paying job, how a nice car, how a nice house, how physical possessions that they could gain from having the stability that they seeked would make them appear to others around them. And I'm getting, you don't care about that. You just wanted to follow your soul. You didn't, I'm getting from a young age, you didn't want to be at a place in life where you look back and thought, hey, I wish I did more of this. I think that society's idea of stability and structure and how your life should pan out, you've always rejected. And it's led you on some pretty incredible paths that not everyone has the privilege of going down, because they aren't as true to themselves as you have been from a young age. I'm getting, yeah, you wanted to see the world, and that may have just been a different part of the world. That may have just been different people, different experiences. I'm really getting you're not the type of person to stay in one city, your hometown, your whole life, and marry someone that you met, you know, in high school and, you know, settle down straight away. I'm getting your life has been colorful. Your life has been an adventure that you have actively participated in. And there was a time and place where this person could have joined that adventure with you, and they chose not to. And they regret that. They feel like how they often daydream about how things could be now if they chose to come with you on this adventure, and also what kind of fun you could have had together on this adventure. I'm not getting many like bad feelings here, so I don't think that this situation ended too badly, or if it did end badly, the water's under the bridge now. There's been enough time passed to sort of, those feelings have faded away. It's more or less just a feeling of what could have been. This person wants to tell you that they're proud of you for following your heart. This person wants to tell you that you were right to have moved away, to have chose yourself, to have chose to experience an adventure. And even though it seemed like a silly decision at the time, even though maybe I'm getting there may have even been a bit of gossip, there may have been a bit of chatter about like you being unstable or you being too much that way. I feel like they may have fed into that a little bit, and it may have tainted their perception of you at a point in time. But now they can see you clearly, and now they can see that you knew what you were doing, you knew where you were going. When you follow your heart, when you follow your specific path in life, it's not going to look like everyone else's. It's not going to look like what society tells you to do. It's going to be messy, and it's going to have lots of different experiences along the way. And this person is super proud of how you always stayed true to yourself and you always did what you thought was right, and they would love to be able to express that with you. You may even still be in like sporadic communication. I'm getting specifically online because this person is not in your vicinity. They don't have access to you physically because you're, as I said, at a distance to them. But yeah, if they haven't reached out to you, they would love to reach out to you. And if you have a good relationship with this person, you know, if you don't feel a certain way, I would recommend reaching out to them and asking them how they are, and it could create a really nice friendship. I'm getting this person would love to be friends with you. Like, I don't know if there's not many cards here that indicate like an overly emotional connection. It could potentially lead into that if this is an ex or whatever and it's someone you would like to reconnect with in that way. But I'm also getting like you guys could have a really lovely friendship. You can both teach each other what you've learned down your separate paths, because you've gone you've gone down very different paths and you've learned very different things in life. And so if that's something that you're open to, I would really suggest reaching out to this person in a lighthearted and kind way, with the intention of just reconnecting and saying hi. Yeah, so I hope that helped you. That was a very interesting message. Please don't forget to like this video or subscribe if you haven't already. I will be back next week with another pick a card reading. If you have any suggestions on what you would like that to be, please leave a comment below and I will try and get round to it. Yeah, so hopefully I will see you next week. Bye. Okay, pile number 3, if you chose these pearl love heart earrings, you're in the right place. Welcome to your reading. Please excuse my dry fingers. I've been drinking coffee again lately and it just really doesn't agree with my body, but I fucking love the taste of coffee. I really need to get on decaf. Anyway, today we're looking at what a specific person from your past would like to say to you. Now, starting off with the Knight of Cups here, and this here, I saw this as like a violin that someone's playing, like feeling sorry for themselves. And also the water here is like tears. So I'm getting this person is feeling very, very emotional about this right now. This Venus retrograde period, or whenever you're watching this, if it's not when I post it, has caused them to reflect on themselves, their past behavior, and the way that they behaved is what I'm getting more than anything. There's a feeling of them living in a lie or believing an illusion that suits them in a way of keeping them protected and keeping them shut off to their emotions. So I'm getting for a very long time, this person may have purposely but through their subconscious, seen you through lens that weren't actually the truth of who you were to keep them protected. So they may have projected that you are a mean person, or you are someone who is not caring, not loving, you know, all these things to make them feel like, well, I did the right thing by deceiving this person, or cutting them, hurting them in a certain way because they weren't all they cracked out to be, or they weren't all this and that. I'm getting like time's gone on and your character has really stood the test of time. You've always been who you said you were, and it's very, very evident now. They can't keep living in this illusion of who they are projecting you to be, and so therefore their reactions to you or intentional actions in the past that they, how do I put this? Yeah, so the way that they acted towards you in the past, which I'm getting is not very kind or in line with the kind of treatment that you deserve or the person that you are. They really cut you short, and they really believed a lie about you is what I'm getting. It could have been a lie that someone told them, or it could have been a lie that their subconscious told them to make them feel like, oh, well, they weren't, you know, all they cracked out to be, they weren't this, they weren't that, when really you've always been who you are. You've always been kind is what I'm getting, open-hearted, really loving, and a person of value. And if they really look back and take stock of your actions in the way that you have always been, it's always reflected that. It's just their perception got in the way, and their insecurities maybe of them not being enough got in the way. Because I'm getting, yeah, you've always been this person, but it's taken a while to fully grow into who you really are today. And maybe they saw some of the bumps along the way. Maybe they judged you for some of the things that you did, or looked at you in a really unfavorable way, or ways that were really harsh is what I'm getting. Like the judgments that they made on you were really harsh. If they took into account, you know, sort of the whole picture of maybe what you were going through at the time and why you made certain decisions and things like that, then they would have that understanding. But they chose not to do that. They chose to project certain traits onto you that were very clearly not who you were, to help them deal with, as I said, the unfavorable way that they acted towards you. I'm getting they may have really hurt you. They may have really caused a lot of unnecessary pain to you when you were already going through painful situations, or you were already dealing with a lot. They added more to your plate, and even during those times you were still this person. It maybe was sheltered a bit more, it maybe was as I was saying, sorry, my phone just died. Yeah, it may have been sheltered a little bit. It may have been hard for this person to truly see these things in you. But as time has gone on, and as you have grown into the person that you are today, they can clearly see that you always were this person. There always was glimmers of who you are now, even back in those situations, and they wish that they weren't so deceptive towards you and themselves. I'm also getting a side message here that if you have your own business, or if you have some kind of creative endeavor, and you don't have the funds for it, this person has like an overflow of money. This person is quite abundant in that sense, and they really want to fund your life, is what I'm getting. Like, this person wants to be a provider for you. This person wants to have a family with you, long-term structure as well with you. It's a really interesting message. I have not picked up on that before. So yeah, I'm getting this person would love to see you just flourish more as who you are. They would love to take away the burdens of like everyday life, for you to just be able to flourish into this beautiful person that you are even more. But they know that that's a dream. It seems like a distorted sort of reality, because I'm getting there's a lot of things that they have to sort of jump through to even be in your vicinity, to even be around you, because they caused you a lot of anguish. They caused you a lot of pain. They caused you a sense of anxiety, a sense of judgment, a sense of knowing that you were being, I think you knew that you were being seen in a certain way that you weren't, and you always felt like you had to prove yourself or prove who you were. And I'm getting, you may have spent time doing that, or you may have just gone, fuck this, I'm out of here and I'm just gonna live my life and be me. And as you've done that, they've really loved watching. I'm getting from the sidelines, because they don't have access to your life because of how they acted towards you. But they've loved watching you from the sidelines grow into this person that you are, and they just wish that they could provide in a way that they can to help you grow into that person more. And the only way that they know at this point in time is in the way of like money. I'm getting this person may have a really good paying job, may have an abundance of money, as I said, and they would love to pour that into you. I'm getting that's making you feel quite uncomfortable though, because that's not something that you would want from this person or accept from this person at this stage, because of the way that things were left, or because of the way that they made you feel. It's kind of like, I don't really want anything from you. Yeah, but this person has very intense feelings for you. This person, I just heard, nobody got me on the same level that you did, that you were able to. Nobody touched me the same way that you were able to, in the sense of like the depths of how far you were able to see them on a soul level, and they know that. They know that a person like you doesn't come around twice in a lifetime. So they really feel like they deceived themselves. Although they caused all this pain and hurt to you in the past, you've still gone on and become an amazing person. But all that hurt and deceit and everything stays with them, because it's what they created, it's what they manifested, it's what they projected. So now it's theirs. You've grown past that situation. I'm also getting, I just heard aging like fine wine. So it's like you're getting better with age. You're getting better as you grow. And as you sort of sink deeper into those qualities that were there when they knew you, but were maybe just being formed, and were easier to project that they weren't there. There's a very heavy, heavy, heavy feeling of sadness and loss here. A feeling of it being too late. And a feeling of wishing that they didn't cause more hurt than what was necessary. I've got a feeling that when they knew you, you were going through a really hard time, and their presence in your life ended up making that time harder. And there's a very, very, very deep feeling of regret for that, and just realizing that, sort of coming to the, just putting their, you know, sword down and being like, okay, sword here as in 7 of Swords, and being like, okay, I caused this. Like there's this massive gap between us because I caused that through my actions. I'm getting this person is not a very self-reflective person. They haven't really needed to be in their life. Maybe people have taken responsibility for them. Maybe they've never really learned how to take accountability for themselves. And by you distancing yourself and growing into this person that you've grown into, it's really showing them sort of the impact of their actions and how important it is to take accountability, how important it is to reflect and to grow from situations where you hurt people or you act unfavorably. There's a feeling of this person wanting to change and wanting to transform and wanting to be a better person because of the way that they treated you, because of the way that things ended with you, because of the way that they behaved. They're at a pivotal point in their life at the moment where they're facing these things and realizing they are the ones that need to put in the effort and the work to change that, so they don't act like this towards anyone else in the future or continue cycles of this if this is something that they've done, you know, from the moment that you guys separated or have gone down your own paths. Yeah, so that is all that I am getting today. I hope that I was able to give you some messages of clarity. If you did resonate with this, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to me if you haven't already. I'll be back next week with another pick a card reading, so I hope that I see you then. Bye.